What's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube? It's your boy back with another one. People, in today's video, we are going to be looking at the whole Afrikaner America situation. And I'm saying this with a sad voice because I honestly didn't see this coming, and I honestly don't know the repercussions. And there's obviously going to be good and bad things, that are coming with this. But yeah, do you want to see them go? Do you want them to stay? What's your opinion? Let's see what you think about the topic in the comment section below, right? So don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'm sad to see that they want to go, they want to leave, but hey, let's hear what you guys think about it. Holla. People, the recent events in South Africa involving the Afrikaner people calling on Donald Trump to intervene in South Africa's internal policies. Now, this has raised serious issues concerning treason among the group, right? So, let's be honest. Let's look at it in a practical way and let's look at the realities on the ground, right? Number one, the Afrikaner people are claiming there's a white genocide happening in South Africa. Is this true? No, it's not true. Secondly, they're complaining that South Africa, or the ANC and the DA, the new government of national unity, have introduced racist laws against Afrikaner people. Is this true? No. Number three, they are claiming that the ANC-led government are now confiscating land without compensation. Is this true? No. Okay, so let's look at it from an Afrikaner perspective. Is there a white genocide happening in South Africa? Yes, because white farmers are being killed. Are there racist laws against Afrikaner people? Yes, because there's BEE and there is Employment Equity Act, right? So in that regard, those are racist laws, right? And number three, is the land being confiscated without compensation? Yes, because it's land they own that the government actually wants to take. Government is not taking any black land away. That's from the Afrikaner perspective. Now, people, let us be honest about this whole thing, right? This is a group of people that have benefited, unduly benefited, for 40 plus years, guys. Even more than 40 years, in fact. I mean, dude, from the dawn of apartheid to right up to this very day, what's the day today? The 16th, the 17th of October, the 17th of February. Afrikaner people have been enjoying the privileges that came with apartheid and the same laws that still exist post-apartheid that are still in their favor. Now, if we have to say that Afrikaner people are oppressed and being abused and going through a genocide, that would be a disservice to the world, a disservice to South Africa. Because to be very honest with you, the richest people who make up the majority of the rich class in South Africa are the white South African and the white Afrikaner people, because they own the majority of the land. Let's be honest, right? They are the bulk of the farmers that make up South African land. Okay, are South African farmers being killed? Yes, they are. But people, there's a big but. How are they being killed? Research shows that in most cases, the farmers are being killed through disputes, arguments with farm workers, in the same way that farm workers are being killed by farmers. in disputes, in arguments, right? So do these Afrikaner people have a basis? Do they actually have a solid argument, a solid case to make? No, they don't. Because even white Afrikaners who don't support these Afrikaners who are lobbying Donald Trump to intervene are even saying there isn't a white genocide. These are white people saying this. So how do you as a group of people spread lies to the outside world to make us in South Africa look bad? If Afrikaners don't want to be South Africans, please, like we always say, the airports are open. Israel is open. America's offering you refugee status. You don't want that. What do you want? You want arms? You want bombs? You want Donald Trump to fly in here with jets and take over the government and then replace it with one that you actually want? No, that cannot happen. That cannot happen. So this is the real issue that Afrikaner people have with the current government in South Africa. Number one, they want to go back to what was once the status quo, right? And what was that? Where white people were in power, white people had the final say, white people were the dominant force, and white people ruled the nest. And that's what they want, right? Number two, they do not want equality. You see, that to them is the biggest qualm of all. You see, if you are used to privilege and then you are brought down to equality, equality seems like an oppression to the one who's used to privilege. Do you get what I'm saying? So what they've always wanted is they on top, the rest at the bottom. But now that the scales have been swinging, and the pendulum have been swinging in the other direction, now it's bringing some sort of leveling. Even though it's not quite leveling at all, trust you me, it's far from leveling. But it seems to be. That is the biggest gripe that they have. The equaling, the equality thing, the equaling, the leveling of playing fields. That's not what the Afrikaners want. So, people, the Afrikaner people, we do not want you to go. We'd actually love you to stay and help us build South Africa, right? To be honest, I would think that logically speaking, it's only right that South Africa's problems must be solved by South Africans, right? But I get this feeling that Afrikaner people feel that they are not South African. They are no longer South African. As soon as 94 rolled in, Afrikaner people decided, you know what? We are out. We have our own flags. We have our own this. We have our own that. We're going to create our own country within a country. And people, we cannot live with the people that don't want to live with us. That's just not practical. I mean, you are not going to build anything concrete. You are not going to build anything progressive. You're not going to build anything like China is moving fast into the future, technologically, infrastructurally, economically, socially. China is now living in 2050 because they are moving in unison. Even though there's a lot of people that feel that the government is so oppressive and so like police state, like it's like a dictatorship. So they feel restricted, but they are building. They're restricted, but the government is providing for the people. The economy is growing. Everything is. You know what I'm saying? Should we force Afrikaner people to stay? Should we force Afrikaner people to do as they please? Should we force them to, or should we just let them do whatever they want to do? Like the law doesn't apply to them. Like it's free. It's okay for them to to create a state within a state. It's okay for them to call on other nations to come and invade our nation and take over whatever. What kind of country are we running here? Is this a banana republic now? Because at the end of the day, guys, let's be honest. Black people wouldn't be even allowed. They, yeah, the Khoisan people have been stationed or living at the union buildings for the past 6 years without being given an ear, without even being given a time of day, right? And now, if I'm not mistaken, they've been removed, or they're basically in the process of being removed, right? The Khoisan are not even allowed to have their own country. And this is their land. Let's not forget, this is the land of the Khoisan people. This is their land. They were here first before anyone else was here. They are not even allowed to have their own country within this country. And here comes the Afrikaner. They decide they're going to create a country within a country, and that's fine. They can do that because they're white, because they're Afrikaner, they can do it, right? Next, what do? They go and call on no. Before they call on Donald Trump, they create training camps, military training camps, illegal training camps, and it's okay because they're white. They're white. I remember there was these colored boys in Joburg that were arrested for being a part of Al Qaeda or something like that. They were accused of having links to Al Qaeda, and they were thrown. But Afrikaners get away with anything and everything. You see, what's nice about being an Afrikaner person or an Afrikaner community member is that the law is always on your side. The law is always on your side. I mean, I don't know of any Afrikaner person besides you, not Eugene Terreblanche, besides the cock, Eugene the cock, who's got a lengthy sentence for doing something as simple as aiding and abetting someone. I don't know of any white person that's serving a long sentence. I don't know of any. Eugene the cock committed horrendous acts of criminal activity, right? Of crime, like just heinous acts. So he deserves the 200 plus years that he got. Now look at that. He had to commit horrendous, heinous acts to get 200 years, right? Okay, because he's white, right? A black person sits in a car as a lookout, doesn't even participate in an act, or in a heinous act that's been committed by black people, right? The police catch up with the criminals. Then they name everyone that was on the crime scene. So they say who killed, and this guy was sitting outside, but he was just a lookout. Lookout gets 18 years, even 20 years, just for being a lookout. People, I always refer to this case of Oscar Pistorius, who actually, it was proven that it was premeditated murder. He wanted to kill. He did it. He knew where he aimed the gun. It was in a specific shot. You can see he intended to kill. And the judge gave him a lenient sentence. First time around, the judge gave him a lenient sentence. People, please name me any white person. I don't care if it's Afrikaner or not. Name me what. Oh, here's a better one. Margaret Thatcher had a son living in South Africa. I don't know where he is now, because I know at one point he was denied to go to America. Living in South Africa. He was part of a plot with other white South Africans, right? To go and topple the government of Equatorial Guinea, right? Now listen to this. The son of Margaret Thatcher, the former British president, he was living in Constantia. He was the guy funding these people that were going to topple the president and the government in Equatorial Guinea. Was he put in jail? No. The other white guys, they were caught in Zimbabwe. They were arrested in Zimbabwe, right? So they served their sentence in Zimbabwe. When they came back to South Africa here, were they arrested? Were they put in jail? Do you know if they served long sentences? Do you know if they're in jail at the moment? Do you know even if... No? You understand what I'm saying? So, white people, the system, even though the country is run by black people, the system is still in favor of white people. So I don't understand why Afrikaner people are so up in arms about a system that still favors them. How is the system racist against Afrikaner people? Jobs. As a white young Afrikaans boy or a girl just leaving school, you are almost guaranteed a job. You are almost guaranteed a job as soon as you leave school. And even if the job may not be paying that high, you are still guaranteed a job. You, as a white person in South Africa, you can start a job today, be trained to be the manager of the person who's training you, but that person's been there for 20 years, which shows that that person is capable of being the manager. But because of your skin color, you are going to get the job. Because why? You are white. That's the system. It's not apartheid. Apartheid is long gone. I'm talking about the current system now. So, how are you being oppressed? When it comes to jobs, you are always the first to get picked. With experience, without experience, it doesn't matter. If you're white, you're right. When it comes to crime, you are the least targeted. We can, statistics, South Africa. I'm not sure about the latest statistics now because it's still early 2025, right? But it shows that white people are the least targeted group in South Africa, according to the official crime statistics. People, white people don't even get searched by police in South Africa. Do you know a group of white boys wearing baggy jeans or baggy pants on skateboards? 10 of them, 10, 15 of them can be flying down the street on skateboards. Police van will just watch them fly past. Let 5, 10 black boys with baggy jeans and chains just slide down on bicycles or whatever. Watch how the police stop them. So please tell me, where is this white genocide happening? Where is this white crime happening on white Afrikaner people? Where? Where is it happening? So let's go back into time. White farmers are notorious for beating, injuring, killing farm workers and or farm workers' children. But the Afrikaner people seem to conveniently leave that out, that they kill their workers. They kill the farm workers' children for stealing an apple because, oh my goodness, those are profits being taken out of the business. People, the mere fact that a heartless, racist, white farmer can run over a 6-year-old black child with his tractor, that alone tells you the level of privilege these racist people enjoy. But here they are trying to trash South Africa. Now, I saw, when was it, yesterday? Saturday? Huh? Saturday, I think. They were marching there in Pretoria to the US Embassy, right? No South African flags will fly. No South African flag. These people are not proudly South African. So, as much as it pains me to see that they are not proudly South African, they do not want to be South African, they gladly now all of a sudden want to be American, that's fine. We say it's fine, you know? I say it's fine. But be honest and be truthful in your judgment and in your cases that you want to state to the rest of the world that the reasons you want to leave, you know? Because I was having an argument with a guy on YouTube. Well, not an argument. He was basically actually telling me that during apartheid there was only 14 racist laws, and now there's 102 racist laws. To me, what's shocking is that the majority of the laws that were instituted during apartheid are still the majority of the laws that are still yet to this very day. The majority of those laws. To be honest, in my view, the only difference that I really see is that we are now allowed, permitted to go into formerly white areas, to attend formerly white schools, to now enter formerly white stores only and formerly white areas only and live in, you can buy formerly white houses now. That's the only thing that has changed. I don't know of any other thing that has changed. I don't know of any other thing that has changed, really. BEE works. Yeah, when it works, it doesn't work for everybody. You know what I'm saying? No, it doesn't, because white-owned companies, white-run companies will always promote white people. And that has been the story since the dawn of time, right? The police people have been conditioned to only target black and brown people. They've never targeted white people. And that is post-apartheid. Now that is the black government ruling, the police are supposed to be targeting white people. They're supposed to be harassing white people, searching white people, randomly stopping them, harassing them, and brutality beating them up. But no, the system, the police, are still targeting black people. So where are these racist laws that these racist Afrikaner people speak about? Where are they? Because as far as I know, Afrikaner people, they enjoy the benefits of South Africa. Even in a downward economy, the white people are still enjoying. Come to Cape Town. What's the time now? About what? 10 o'clock, up is 10, 11 o'clock. Just go to all the cafes and the bars and the coffee shops and go and see who's sitting there right now at this time of the day. White people. It's only white people. Now, I can't say to you for certain that it's only Afrikaner people. No, I'm not. What I'm saying to you is just it's all white people. It could also be only all foreigners. It could all be digital nomads. But that doesn't take away the fact that white people get to enjoy the benefits of living in South Africa as compared to black people. Because at this time of the day, most black people are at work. Now, I'm not saying those people at the coffee shops are not working. Don't get me wrong. No, no, no. They're also possibly working at the coffee shop. But the difference is they have the luxury of working from wherever they want at this time of the day. Whereas black people, most black people, have the luxury of working at a particular company or a particular place at a particular time. And at this time of the day, black people are having lunch outside or in a canteen somewhere. They are not in coffee shops. They are not in cafes, bars, or restaurants, wherever the case may be at this time of the day. Now, if white people are being oppressed in South Africa, like Afrikaner people say, how would they interpret, how will they interpret that picture of whites only in restaurants and cafes and coffee shops at this time of the day, whereas blacks are slaving away in factories and farms and that? How would they really interpret that? How? If they're saying they've been oppressed, how? Have you ever seen blacks that are oppressed, but 10 o'clock in the morning they are in bars, restaurants, and coffee shops? Name me one place where blacks are oppressed that they're enjoying their privilege. Where? Not even the Palestinians get to be sitting in bars and restaurants and cafes at 10 o'clock. Where would that happen? You understand what I mean? So, as much as I don't want to talk about race and racial dividing and all these things that are going on, I mean, it's sad to be making these kind of stories, but people, we need to address this thing as it unfolds. And what the Afrikaner people are doing is to benefit themselves. It's not for the benefit of South Africa, right? And we cannot allow a group of people who are not even Africans, who are not even descendants or even what's the word? Descendants. There's another word that I wanted to use. I can't find the word anyway. They are not even people. They are not even descendants of this land. They are not even descendants of this continent. They can gladly go back to Holland, Germany, to France, and wherever else they came from. That is the way I feel. If you don't want to be here, please leave. Pack your bags, leave. But don't make a spectacle out of it. Don't make us look bad. If you're going to leave, leave. And whilst you're there, wherever you are, like now, now the truth is coming out. The white South Africans that left to go to Australia, New Zealand, America, the Australians and some of the less racist white people are saying how they talk badly about the black South Africans. Well, they're over there. People, what we thought is a rainbow nation coming together, sadly, that's not the case. So, the next time you see a racist Afrikaner person, ask them, when are you leaving? Refugee. G. Next, we get into the pros of this whole argument. You know what we do. Holla. People, the pros of the Afrikaner people leaving South Africa. Number one, I think racism will be at an all-time low. Because I really feel like this is one group that have openly shown the world and shown black South Africans and brown South Africans and Indian South Africans that they do not want to be part of this rainbow nation. Now, I'm not talking about all Afrikaans people. Trust me. As I say, this one refers to the ones that want to cause division or sow division, right? Okay, so pros. Number one, if they leave, there'll be less racism. Number two, we will be able to take over those homes and the houses that they leave behind, right? And guess what? That will drive prices down because we cannot afford those high maintenance costs that they have. So, hey. Number three, jobs will be opened up, guys. Do you know how many jobs there will be? Oh my goodness. Number four, imagine Orania gets empty and they all go to America. Dude, that's more land, more space. At least maybe we could give that part of the land to the Khoisan. At least the Khoisan can have their own piece of land. Oh my goodness. Number five. Ooh, bro. At least we can scratch Afrikaans off the list of national languages. Damn. Damn. I mean, my goodness, that's a big one. Imagine that. Whoa. Yeah, guys. That's all I can think of the pros of having the Afrikaner people leave South Africa, right? Next, we get into the cons as to why they shouldn't leave South Africa. You know how we do. Hello. People, this is a big one. The cons of the Afrikaner people leaving South Africa. Number one, everyone talks about the economy going down to being similar to that of Zimbabwe. Do I agree with this? Yes, I do. You see, for a very long time, the Afrikaner people have been the backbone of the mental capacity of the economy, while the black people have been the backbone of the physical economy. And that is how South Africa grew to be where it is. And that is also how Zimbabwe grew to what it once was, right? System of helping each other, right? So if they go, the economy is definitely going to tank. We know that for sure. But we could always get outside help, right? You know, like the Chinese are there, the Arabs are there, the South Koreans are there. We always get help from the East anyway, right? Number two, if the Afrikaner people leave, damn, there goes diversity. I mean, a part of South African history will vanish, will disappear. And that's like a real sad thing. You know, I mean, we don't want a culture to die out, but if they came and they made the Khoisan extinct or almost extinct or tried to make them extinct, then I think it should only be fair if Afrikaners are also made extinct or get extinct, or they extinct themselves, right? Because they did that to the Khoisan people, I mean, almost vaporizing them basically off the face of the planet or the face of the earth, right? So it would be fair. But it would be sad, right? If the Afrikaans people and the culture and the language has to be taken away, from the face of the earth. I mean, that would be sad. You know what I mean? In a way, I mean, it's sad because, I mean, there are innocent Afrikaans people that don't deserve to be treated the way the racist ones are getting treated because not everyone is for the American dream. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, another con is that we won't have interracial marriages and relationships. I mean, if the Afrikaner people leave, I mean, Imagine all those people that were dreaming of getting a white girlfriend, a white boyfriend. I mean, you know what I mean? You know, Alicia Colisi, he set a bar, he set a trend. I mean, who else? I know there's some cricketers also that have white girlfriends, like your Brian Habanas, you know what I mean? So if they go, I mean, damn, it's gonna be sad that now you won't be able to get white girlfriends, you know what I mean? So white boyfriends or whatever you like. So that's another sad thing. But yeah. If you get any more cons, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Was I on the money or did I totally miss it with this one? You know what I mean? Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hate speech is always welcome on this channel. Holler.